So there are several times on Garden Time that we get sent new products that they want us to test out and look and see what we think. Some of them we do, some of them we don't, but this one we thought was worthy because it's a really cool new planter. It comes in the mail just like this, all packaged together, and it even has great information right up front about how much soil you'll need, how many plants you can put in it, and even the amount of water you're going to require to use it.
Now this one is by a company called GreenStalk. And you know, we all have challenges on space, so this is perfect because there's 24 different pockets on it and it's a nice vertical stack pot.
So what we're going to do is cut into it, start opening it up, and we'll see what we can find. So we got it all unpacked, looked at all the different parts we have, and we did want to give you one idea about this. This is a trolley. It is sold separately from the other collection, but we think it's worth it because once you get 4 of these stacked on and filled with soil, that's 4 cubic feet of soil, and if it's wet, you're probably not going to easily lift this or move it at all. So the trolley really helps with that. Also, we like the idea that the trolley has a drainage compartment. It's got a plug on it so it doesn't drip all the time. You pull that off and you can put a garden hose on it, and then all of the water that you pour into this that drains out will be recyclable into your garden. So you set the first one on there, then you fill it up with soil, and then there are these little gray trays. They're the water trays, and each one is designed to let the water run through the whole system and then drip into the layer below it.
And now with the other 3 trays, you just keep repeating that process. So you just keep stacking, filling with soil, and then putting the water tray until you get to the very top. And so this is the very top water reservoir. There's holes in it, so you fill this with the water and the water kind of percolates through and waters the entire container.
And so like we tell you all the time, whenever you do a project like this, always start with a really great quality potting soil. So we're going to be using all-purpose potting mix by Black Gold. All right, so we have the first layer done now, and we have decided that as much as we like pesto in the summertime,
caprese salad.
And you're right about that, we're going to do this entire planter in basil. And then I also wanted to put this drain on this level because I thought it might give me an idea of where I should be planting the plants. So we're just going to tuck that in there, and then we're going to start planting it up. Okay, so this first layer is planted now, and I'm going to go ahead and remove this because there's some dirt in it, which of course is going to happen. I'm going to make sure that's cleaned out, and then what you do is you might see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes, which actually is the same amount of compartments. So I don't know if I read this or saw this, but I think it's smart just to make sure when I put this in that I've lined up one drain hole with every one of the large departments.
Hey William, remember when we started the seed on the show a couple months ago? We showed everybody how to plant seed, and this was the basil that we did.
These?
I know,
that's
isn't it
cool.
Great? I know. Well, we're going to go on to the next level now, so here's the next tray.
Now, I also wanted to show all of you this was designed, I believe, for sturdiness. It's what is going to make the whole tower really sturdy as it gets taller, and it is a little edging right there, so you might have to mess around with it at first just to make sure
you over there?
You're getting in each container
okay, just
the
have
way
to be
it's
careful
supposed
of
to
the
get.
plants.
And it's, well,
yeah,
it's just,
look at that. That's pretty easy.
It's the front one. That's the one. There it is.
There we go.
So now we filled this one with soil, and then we'll put more plants in that. Okay, so we've got the soil in the second level, and we're going to use the same process with this drain pan as we did on the first one, just to make sure that we have everything equally spaced.
So we have another level planted, everything looks great and even, and William's going to put the tray in.
Now remember too, we're going to remind you to always check for where those little drainage holes are, make sure they go in the big compartments. And then, I think we're just going to do the next 2 layers, right?
Okay, we are.
Okay.
Here we go. So we finished planting the last level, and now we're ready to put this container on, which is the reservoir for water, and that clicks down the same way that all the layers do.
Now Judy and I also know that when you put, really new plants into soil that's dry, it's not the best thing to do. So we thought, well, we can just go around and give a little drink to each pocket to make sure those startups really get strong.
So William went around and watered each of the pockets of all those basils, and now we're going to fill up the reservoir.
And you know, what we're going to do is pay attention to this over the summer and see how it works, and then we can let you know all the good and wonderful stuff about it.
And we'll let you know about the pesto. But if you have any questions about this great vertical planter, you can go to gardentime.tv and we'll click you over to the GreenStalk Vertical Planter website.